late in evening. We have not broken the pattern, but we will have a few hours there around Monday that will be dry. More thunderstorms through the middle part of the week next week.
And you know, we just can't stress enough really how dangerous this flooding is.
People don't understand the power of water, and we've seen some good examples tonight, so a very good idea just to stay away from any place that you don't have to be.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave.
Some very important information to pass along tonight from the racing world.
Yeah, the final day of the Des Moines Grand Prix has been canceled. We'll have the latest on that, plus a few highlights from today's action when we come back. You can include the Des Moines Grand Prix among the victims of the flood of 1993. Grand Prix officials have now confirmed that tomorrow's session has been canceled. The final 3 races will not be run. Today's races started under sunny skies on a warm afternoon. This is the Olds Pro Series race. Local boy Chuck Hemmingson in car number 45 ran into trouble early first lap, and he spins in the turn. Did get back on the track, but later spun out again before working his way to a 7th place finish. The win goes to Bob Thomas. He started the day on the pole, and he finished with the checkers. Class C, and finished 4th and 16th in that division. As for the winner, once again, it was R.K. Smith in car number 1. He also won the World Challenge last year. The final race of the day was the American Continental Championship, and the checkered flag goes to car number 17, Ernest Sykes. Des Moines' John Renda crashed on lap 16 and did not finish. But once again, the big news, no races tomorrow. Another example of how unbelievable this flooding situation is.
And we weren't given an official reason of why the Grand Prix is being canceled. We can only think that it goes over a couple of the rivers there.
Exactly. At one point, they did think about rerouting the Grand Prix. It could be just in general concerns about people getting around, getting to the races, but there are no races tomorrow at the Des Moines Grand Prix.
All right. Thank you, Rodney. We'll continue our flooding coverage when we come back. The latest on evacuations and where the greatest danger is.
Plus, grab your pencil. We'll have some numbers that you'll need to know.
Channel 5 News will continue in just a moment. But first, here's another look at your 5cast.
A very dangerous situation at this hour in central Iowa.
Flooding once again threatening residents in the metro area and in Ames. Let's go live first now to Jolene Jordan in West Des Moines for the latest. Jolene?
Rod, Sonia, we have now learned that all electricity has been cut off to the mandatory evacuation area. So anyone who is still there has no electricity. When I was still in the area, I heard a couple of National Guardsmen talking about how there was one family who refused to leave. So there could still be people there in indefinite danger at that. A recap of today's events. At 63rd Street, the levee has broken. The water has burst through the sandbags, over the sandbags. The water is now free-flowing and flowing fast. You can see this dramatic video we have from the Air National Guard. One final note, volunteers really need to be commended. It's amazing how many pulled together to help the folks in this area, not just people from West Des Moines, people from all over the metro. So they really should be commended. It's sad that their efforts did not pay off. It's even more sad the situation the residents of the Valley Junction area are in now. Now, along with those evacuations earlier, Alan told us about some dramatic evacuations. We go now live to him. Alan?
Well, Jolene, the mayor of Des Moines has declared the city of Des Moines in a state of emergency. Now, what that means that people who are out sightseeing near flood-prone areas, Des Moines police will warn them and ask them to leave. If they will not leave, there's a possibility that people could be arrested. Also, as you heard earlier, the Des Moines Grand Prix, the final day for tomorrow, has been canceled. Right now on Court Avenue, the water continues to get deeper and deeper. Just a couple hours ago, it was barely a trickle across Polk Avenue, and now it's to the bottom of tires. In the Polk County building across the street, they have 2 or 3 sump pumps running, and officials tell me that they cannot keep up with the amount of water that is leaking into their basement. Also, this building here on the other side of Court Avenue, 100 Court Avenue, they have water in their basement also. The whole problem is this makeshift levee here on Court Avenue. They sandbagged this about 3 hours ago when it was just a trickle. There's about 3 or 4 more feet of water on the other side of that, which is the Des Moines River, and that continues to leak through. There is nowhere for this flood water to go. All the sewers in this part of town are full, so this water has nowhere to go. It continues to leak, and the situation is only going to get worse on Court Avenue. Once again, the situation is not getting any better at this point. City Councilman Tom Blassis has stopped here about 10 or 15 minutes ago. He's been living in Des Moines for more than 50 years, and he tells us that this is by far the worst flooding that he has ever seen. So not a good situation here. A lot of people have been evacuated, from several areas in Des Moines, and we are also getting reports of some power outages in different parts of the city also. So it looks like it will be a very long night. Rod, Sonia.
Okay, Alan Erlis, thank you very much for
Thank you,
reporting
Alan.
live.
Now, as we said earlier, Des Moines isn't the only area facing danger.
In Ames, residents are bracing for more flooding that could be even worse than yesterday's.
Roger Riley is live along Duff Avenue in Ames. And Roger, how are things going now?
Well, for the moment, it's very calm compared to what we just saw in Des Moines and West Des Moines. They are expecting, with new rains coming in, they're expecting the squaw and the skunk to go back. In fact, they are now inching up slowly, but they're expecting early morning hours. If that rain falls, the rivers could start to rise in this area, but they're not putting out any advisories yet. They're waiting to see what those rivers do before they tell people whether to evacuate from their homes or not. So the best thing, if you're in the Ames and Story County area, is just to stay tuned, and we'll let you know what's happening.
Okay, Roger Riley reporting live at Ames. Thank you very much. We want to pass along a couple of other notes. As Jolene Jordan told us, electricity has been cut off to that area in West Des Moines at Valley Junction that is now under a mandatory evacuation. Also, reports of power outages have been reported in the downtown Des Moines area, south of Grand, the Woodland area, and in Johnston. All these power outages are water related, believe it or not.
We also have some other information just passed along to us. In Carroll tonight, the American Red Cross has just opened up a shelter for those who've been displaced. If you need assistance, go to the National Guard Armory in Carroll. That's located on West Highway 30.
Okay.
Well, Dave, a rough night ahead for you, too.
That's right. More thunderstorms are on the way, so don't be fooled by the nice evening. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at radar. There are some storms right now in the state. They are falling both to our north and to our south. So far, most of central Iowa has been spared. Earlier tonight, there were some strong storms that moved through the Fort Dodge area and to the east. Those brought some heavy rains. Those are starting to affect the rivers now. The rain that you see off to the north on the radar will affect the rivers over the next couple of days. And we have more storms off to the west in Nebraska that are headed this way that will affect us as of late tonight and early tomorrow morning. There is a flash flood watch for the entire night and for the entire state. Now, obviously, we have lots of flooding problems, but a flash flood watch means rivers and streams can rise very, very quickly as the thunderstorms do arrive here and dump lots and lots of rain, as we've seen in the last couple of days. Thunderstorms will be arriving late tonight. Your 5-cast, some of those will be very heavy. Lots of heavy rain is expected in parts of central Iowa. Also, some thunderstorms will bring strong winds, gusty winds, hail, and tornadoes as well are possible, a low around 66. The next 5 days will be somewhat dry in parts. After tomorrow morning, looks like Sunday will start to dry out. Sunday night into Monday night, all day on Monday, looks like we will have quite a bit of sunshine and dry weather. Then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, problems come back into the forecast. Temperatures in the low 80s, and again, late afternoon, evening, and overnight thunderstorms. Each of those 3 days are possible. So obviously the flooding will not be done by then. That will just continue to cause more problems. So a brief stint of dry weather in the very early part of the week, and then be braced for more rain and more thunderstorms towards the middle part of next week.
Yes, be ready to move very quickly tonight.
Exactly.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave. Grab a pencil, a piece of paper. We have some very important numbers to pass along to you now.
If you need information on evacuations or emergency shelters in West Des Moines, call 222-3420. In the city of Des Moines, it's 222-4950.
And here's the number for the American Red Cross. It is 243-4054. Once again, if you need assistance in shelter, evacuation instructions, or just have any other questions regarding the flooding, these are the numbers to call. Some other important notes we want to just wrap up with here. The Grand Prix is canceled. We have several power outages around the area as well.
And police have told us if you live along a river, just be ready for someone to knock on your door and possibly force you to evacuate your premises there.
That's right.
Be ready for that. It's been a long day for a lot of people, and we realize that. We want to thank you for joining us tonight.
We'll be here throughout the night, keeping an eye on the flooding situation for you, so stay tuned for updates.
In the meantime, please be careful out there.
Good night.